Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about my Virtual World Punk deck. So I've been playing Virtual World since it came out. I played through the VFD era, then after that I started making the Tolkien Crystal Wing line of play, and then eventually into the Kaliga or Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and now I'm playing it now in 2022 with the P.U.N.K combo with the Punk engine. So let's go ahead and get into the main deck. So starting off, we're playing one Yan Yan. It's really good for recycling your resources. I had to cut it down to one to fit in more hand traps and more engine pieces. Next up, we're playing the main Searcher. So we're going to go ahead and play 3 Lulu. Then for recursion and follow-up plays, we're playing the 3 Gigi. For the Monster Reborn and the level 6, we're playing the Lao Lao. Then for the Double Foolish and your main piece to go into Baron de Fleur, we're playing the 3 Lili. So that's it for the Virtual World monsters. Now for the Virtual World spells and traps, we're playing the 3 Kowloon, the 2 Qinglong. We're not playing Desires anymore, so I got the chance to cut this down to 2, fit in more hand traps and more engine pieces. And it at 2 doesn't really affect me, just as long as I monitor the resource management by using my Chuche and Yan Yan effectively. So we're only playing the 2 Chuche and the 1 Zhongwu, which is pretty standard at this point. So that's it for the Virtual World cards. Next up, for the Punk engine, we're playing the triple Aemon. Really good card, 1 card starter. We're playing the 1 Foxy Tune to search out the Aemon. And we're playing the 3 E-Telly as a sort of a 1 card starter to get to the Aemon or whatever card we might need, be it Lulu or Yan Yan. So then next up, we're playing the 1 Destrudo. Crazy good card this format. Helps you go into Baron and Virtual World. Really good. We're playing the 1 Scythe to Scythe lock our opponent by using the Beatrice to send it, and then using the Baron to bring it back during the standby phase. Then we're playing the 1 Deskbot for the Rorodon combo. Then for my defensive cards, I'm playing triple Ash, which isn't really great this format, but at my locals a lot of people play Red Eyes Dark Dragoon and Fusion Destiny, so this is pretty good for that. Sometimes it's good in the Flunder matchup, and sometimes the Sword Soul matchup. Next up we have Droll, which is crazy good this format. The only decks this really isn't good against are Eldritch. But typically it's pretty good against any matchup. The only one you might run into trouble to, like I said, are Eldritch. But sometimes it's good against Sword Soul if they open up with Emergence, or go into their combo to add with the Tenyis. Then next up we have Triple Nibiru. Kind of self-explanatory. Pretty good this format. Not the best though, with the Venture tokens running around. So next up I'm going to go ahead and go into the extra deck. Go ahead and get my tokens out. So for the line of play with the Aemon, I'm going to go ahead and go in order with the extra deck. So we have the 1 Hulk, which will bring out the Deskbot, which will put you into a Rorodon. Then a Rorodon will bring out 3 tokens and special summon back the Deskbot. And then use the Deskbot and 1 of the tokens to go into Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch effect to lower its level by 1. Then we're going to go ahead and use the level 3 Cupid Pitch and 1 token to go into Juju. After that, you will then use Cupid Pitch to search the Lulu. And you'll use the Lulu to target the Juju, send a trap and add the Kowloon. Then you can use the Lulu and a token to go into Coral Dragon. So then after that, you will go ahead and go into the Zolkin. Get your free draw of Coral Dragon, set the Kowloon, special summon the Crystal Wing, and that's just with the 1 card Aemon. Next up we have Charge Warrior, which is pretty good to get into Baron. The Virtual World QB Shenzhen. Vermilion, this doesn't really come up as much anymore. It was really good going second, especially during the the Psy Reflector combo. This is really good for going second because a lot of the time you can just bring back the Sire Reflector. Sorry, the Assault Beast, make it a level 8 with the Sire Reflector. Make this and pop whatever you needed to. Next up for our level 10, we have the Baron de Fleur. I see some virtual world decks playing the Chin Yang, which isn't bad, but at the same time, it's not as interruptive as I would like. So a lot of the time you'll make your Baron, so you have a negate on board, and then you can also use this during the standby phase to target the Scythe to bring it back, special summon the Scythe, and Scythe lock your opponent. Then we have Beatrice to help with the combo, follow-up plays, stuff like that. Fan for going second. Also Zeus plays. Then we have the M7 and the Zeus. And then last we have my side deck for this format. A lot of the time I tutor my side deck towards my locals, but right now my locals is playing a lot of meta, which is completely fine. So I'm playing 3 Token Collector for the Sword Soul matchup, any deck that plays Auroradon, or the Adventure tokens at this point in time. Next up we have Triple Lancia, which is pretty good against the Shred Brigade matchup. Sometimes the Sword Soul matchup, if they're going through their Auroradon combo to search out, and they're using their 10E effects. This is also really good against the Rite of Armasia deck or Adventure tokens, so they cannot banish their Aqua Enchantress. It's also really good against Dragon Link. Pretty good card. So this is like the one flex spot that I don't really know what to put in. So I kind of just tossed in a Call by the Grave, don't really side it. Next up for back row decks, we have Duster, Triple Cosmic, and the 1 red reboot. It's really good cards. You know, Cosmic's really good against Eldritch. And it's also really good against the Adventure token deck to banish their Fateful Adventure. Then next up we have the Triple Anti-Spell, Rip IO. This card's really good against any deck that uses a lot of spells, Dragon Link, any the base deck, stuff like that. So that's it for my Virtual World Punk deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any tips or tricks for me in the comments that I might not know about, go ahead and drop them. And if there's anything I should change, go ahead and let me know. Thanks. Ciao.